The Houdini of the Chinese internet.
Stop coding because your code sucks. So it's more like a mystery for me. The reason I left MediaMonks because I got a censorship. I'm excited every morning.
Welcome to the next episode of In China Between Meetings with your host Marian Danko. For those who've been here in China for quite some time, you probably faced a challenge to send big files to your friends, family, partners. Probably there are some good solutions in the market, but you don't know about them or you don't know how to use them. And the ones that are available outside of China are probably not available here in China. So the reason why I'm telling you all of this because a few months ago I found a service, online file transfer service, which is called CowTransfer. And today I'm super excited to have a founder of the service here with me. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Chen is the founder of CowTransfer. So I know that you grew up in Chengdu.
Yeah.
And Chengdu is famous for giant pandas, it's famous for fashion, spicy food, beautiful, stunning nature. But where does the passion for technology come from?
Yes, I actually I born there. I grew up in Chengdu, and I think it's because I have a really pretty open-minded parents. Because back to 1989, I got my first computer. But you can think of about 1989 in China. There's not everybody even have a television, but I got a computer. That's the first time I actually know there's such thing, and then I just start get involved. But like every other kids, the first thing I know I can do on the computer is games, right? The first game is called I think it's called Alone in the Dark. It's the first 3D games on a computer, and I think I spent a lot of time on that. And then that's how everything started. And then more and more I grow up. I learn a lot more like on computers, not just about games, but also something else like really simple programming, like the basic this kind of stuff. And and also like try to assemble my own computers. That's how I started basically.
How did you end up studying in Hogeschool, which is in Netherlands, right?
Yeah. Actually, I went there right after I graduated from high school. I think I did have a couple options like the Australia, US, and Netherlands. And the reason I ended up in the Netherlands is because back to the time 2002, I think that is only country I didn't know a lot, so it's more like a mystery for me. It's more like empty, blank. Everything is empty. So I think it's fun. And only thing I know about this country is Van Gogh. That's it. Nothing else. And also the probably I think from my parents' point of view, probably the computer science is probably among three countries is cheapest. maybe I'm not sure. And that's why I went there.
How many years you spent there?
4.5 years. I came back in 2006.
Did you try to start building your career in Netherlands, probably starting your own entrepreneurial experience?
No, that's really hard at 2006. But also around 2005, I already got my internship in another company, in a Japanese company in Chengdu. So from 2005, I already planned to just come back. Yeah.
And when you come back, what was your first job here in China?
It's in a Japanese company. No, it's a Chinese company, but doing the software outsourcing business for Japan, and that's my first job. I worked there as a backend developer on a really old programming language called COBOL.
Wow, I never heard about that.
Yeah, it's a language from 1916, I think, really old. But many banks use it. And that's my first job. And after that, I just keep working as a backend developer, but mostly in Java. And for around 11 years in Chengdu.
11 years.
Yeah.
So you work for the company called Dr. Panda. What did you do there?
Oh yeah, Dr. Panda is a game company. It's a kids game company. It's really big at the moment. I joined Dr. Panda around 2013, I think, as a backend developer, but also the only backend developer they had back to the time. Most of my work was helping them to to organize all the data, trackings, and analyze your user behaviors, and also help them to build their own CMS system. Yeah.
And then, can you tell me please a little bit more about your time you spent with Media Monks?
Oh, Media Monks. That's a pretty huge change for me because Media Monks was the first office of Media Monks was in Shanghai, and I think they established at 2016. Yeah, 2016, and because back in Chengdu I was a backend developer, and then I got a call from Media Monks, say, hey, you want to try? Because we have a job opening here. It's a technical director in Shanghai, and I said, okay, yeah, technical director probably also doing programming, right? So I say, okay. Then I did a couple interviews with the Media Monks dudes from Amsterdam, and I passed. And yeah, then I just moved my entire family here, and then 2016, I think it's February, right after the CNY. And but the moment I came here, I realized, oh, I don't have to program anymore because the Media Monks is actually doing creative digital production. It's more like the advertising stuff. So everything I did for the past for the 3 years in Media Monks, almost 3 years in Media Monks, is more like provide the technical solutions, creating the pitch deck, and help the clients to solve some kind of the digital issues, not purely software, but everything in digital, like sometimes even like the 3D renderings, film and audios, VR, AR, everything.
So Media Monks brought you to Shanghai in 2016, right? Since then you've been working there. Why did you leave the company? It looks like a great company to work for.
Actually, the reason I left Media Monks because I started CowTransfer, and also the CEO of Dr. Panda funded me for the first round. That's why I left the Media Monks, and also during the time I worked in there, because we are creating a lot of different type of decks, documents, and files. We are sending it every single day, and I found it's actually a really big problem for us. It's really pain in our heads to just deliver our assets to different people, because we have to choose the different types of tools. Maybe some companies have their internal systems, some companies don't, but they don't really like Baidu, or they don't really like QQ Mail, something like that. So we have to struggling with it. That's why I think about, okay, well, not just build a really simple file transfer to here and just solve my own issues. So that's how everything started.
That's the inspiration. Did you have the prior experience, entrepreneurial experience, before CowTransfer?
Yes, that was I think 2012. I'm a really big fan of rap music, and so 2012 I created a website called callfactory.com. That's a website is similar to medium.com, so it's more like the blogging type of view. I mean, those kind of type of websites, but I allow rappers to upload their background story of each song, but also the music itself, and basically that's it. But I think one year later, in 2013, someone uploaded some really nasty songs in there, but I didn't really find it, and I got a censorship, so
you had to close the company.
No, I didn't do anything; just shut down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Wow. And moving slowly to CowTransfer, can you tell me more about the CowTransfer? What the business? Who are your clients? How big is the team?
Right now we have a team of almost 20, because we're still recruiting people. I think maybe one or two is onboarding today. And the business model is really simple. We have two different type of business model. One is subscription. So you get on CowTransfer, and if you want to use some kind of like the cloud storage, they want to have send the bigger files, they just subscribe. It's more like the WeTransfer. And another one is the advertising, and the advertising is getting better since last year. But most of our clients are luxury brands, like the Balenciaga, Burberry, Gucci. Those are our advertising clients. So those two are our business model.
And what were the biggest challenges when you were starting out this business?
Security. That's the biggest challenge since day one, because at beginning CowTransfer was free, completely free. There's no subscription. There's no advertising. There's no limits. So people can send whatever files they want and they can send to whoever they want. But most people doing right thing, even now. But still, there's a small group of people that try to distribute some kind of illegal movies, pirate movies, softwares. And also some kind of really terrible contents.
How do you solve this problem?
Yeah, we I think that since 2019 around June, we just figure out, okay, if we just keep going like this, we will get shut down again. And then we involved a lot of machine learning on the video, audio, and the graphic contents to make sure those contents are secure. And right now right now we actually, after 1 year, we actually have a second version of this kind of a content censorship machine learning. Actually, we can even censor like the PDF, Word documents, text files, and sometimes even zip files. Since every day we have huge amount of files uploaded, so we cannot do any manual check. So anything we can do is increasing the capacity of our machine learning on this part.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Where do you see it coming? The company in 5-10 years.
Actually, we besides CowTransfer, we created a lot other stuff. So right now on CowTransfer, every user can see it's a really big file transfer button, and maybe some user already subscribed. They can use our cloud storage. That's it. But we actually really dived into how can I say that, digital asset management part. So right now we already built that, but we didn't launch it. So basically, what do we have right now is we want to help the user to control their workflow on digital production, video production, graphic production. So basically, we help you to easier to collaborate with your vendors, your clients, and also you can actually editing your videos, images online. You can create your website. You can create your Word documents, PPT online. So everything is online in CowTransfer and within the workflow management system we are creating. So basically, that's what we do, because more and more in the future, the digital assets will getting much more important, and for everybody. And so that's why we want to create a better environment for people to manage it and also to control it. And I think in the end, the moments, because right now everybody is talking about the blockchain, right? But the technology is not really mature yet. So if we talk about blockchain, everybody will think about Bitcoin, coins, right? Crypto coins. But actually, blockchain has much more. Can use for in much more different type of the place. For instance, if the digital asset becomes much more important and private for individuals, and blockchain can actually solve the security problem much better than right now. So what do we think in the future is we are creating the system, the management system, environment for you to manage your work, your assets, everything. But the assets and the work and everything around it should belongs to you. So that is something the blockchain can help you to solve, and also security.
When it comes to the cross-border, so what are the challenges over there, right? So because in China, obviously, it's regulated, it's easy to use, it's fast. When people using CowTransfer outside of China, what type of issues or challenges they might face?
Right now, be honest, right now all the storage, the core storage is in China, actually in Shanghai. People outside of China uploading is a little bit slower, but not terrible. Download is good because we actually work with overseas CDN provider. It's called Akamai. So downloading is not a problem, but uploading is still. But I think from next month we're gonna deploy a different type of the overseas versions for different countries, especially like the Japan and also the Japan, Thailand, and Singapore. And but later on we're gonna deploy in US also.
I have a question about more related to founder journey. So your team now around 20 people and you're onboarding. So this is the extremely exciting time when the team is growing. So what are the challenges you have at the moment, and how actually you took it from a team probably of 2 or 3 people to a team of 20 people by now?
I'm not sure if I want to share this, but I think it's really good one. Yeah, actually the biggest challenge I had for the past 2.5 years, right after I started CowTransfer, is first of all is recruit right people, and but I think before a business started, because like every other startups, the starting team is at least 2 or 3 people, right? So basically, I'm a founder. Of course, I will have a co-founder. I think that picking the right co-founder is really, really important.
Who is your co-founder?
None. It's not a really good story, but he left the team last year, and it was my bad decision. But also, I think it's not. It just doesn't fit.
Okay. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
The co-founder is kind of, people say it's like choosing a wife.
But this kind of bad decision is actually slow us down, especially the last year. It's really hurting us. Everything's slowing down. The investments, the growth, everything. So that's a really important part because at beginning, right. So right after the CEO of Dr. Panda said, hey, how about I just give you a little bit of money? You just start this business. I was excited. So I didn't really think too much about picking the right person. I just think about picking a person.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got funded a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, I actually 3 rounds already.
Oh, third round.
Third one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one is actually from the CEO of Dr. Panda, individual, and the second and third one is actually from the VC.
And you're looking for the next round, or not yet?
Actually, I already closed the next round, but I cannot really share that too much.
Right. So another question is, you're good at technical stuff, so technical skills, and you're good at people skills because you have a team which is 20 people now. It keep growing.
Yeah.
So how do you combine those skills, and what's your secret sauce?
I was pure tech nerds like every other developers. I like programming. Even now, I still programming, and even the product owner of the CowTransfer right now says, "Hey, stop coding because your code sucks." That's basically how they told me. But I really like it. And but after I started this company, I have to leave the keyboard. I have to leave the keyboard there because I need to go out to looking for investments, looking for people, looking for resource, right? And more I get in touch with the brands, clients, investors, and other people's. I think slightly I start to changing, and so right now, my 19% of my time is actually on business people, and I cannot really tell like exactly what moment I changed, but just slowly I turning into this kind of situation. It's funny because for some people they can have a strong indication, say, hey, you really changed because you're not the Zhang Chen I knew 2 years ago, but for me I cannot really tell.
Did you ever have a thought, when you wake up in the morning, it's like, why I'm doing it? Why just don't work for the big company?
No, I never have had that. I mean, I'm excited every morning. I mean, because first of all, I don't think I have much time because every day before I went to the bed, there's a bunch of problems just leave behind, and every morning I wake up, I say shit, right? But so I never thought about that. So for me it's exciting. Because I know the challenges over there, and I know the people is using it. I know the server is not crashed, and I know I will see the team in the next 30 minutes, and they will back to the work and make this thing better. So everything is exciting.
You're referred as the Houdini of the Chinese internet, and also I found it as the Swiss Army knife of the internet. So I'm just curious to hear from you. What's happening right now in the Chinese internet? What is the big thing, and what is the next big thing?
Yes, the team. I actually also discussed this question internally. In general, I don't really believe like in the next 5-10 years there will be another company like ByteDance, Tencent, or Alibaba. But the companies in specific vertical fields, for instance, like the digital asset management, in transfer, in insurance, medical stuff, and in vertical fields, I think there's a bigger chance. I don't really know which fields will be a bigger chance, but I know I mean, the company startups, probably the focus on one field is better than just focus on everything. And looking at what we're planning to do for the next 1 or 2 years, I think the video production will be booming.
So now it's a big trend that China tech is going outside, right? So China tech is going global. There are a couple already big successful cases. Do you think this trend will keep grow, taking into consideration all the between countries tensions?
Yeah, I think we have to. We have to. Even for us, we are planning to go outside of China for a long time, but we didn't have resource. Right now we have resource, so we're actually doing it slowly. Because looking at this country, even we have population is huge, like 1.4 billion, but in total there's only 1.4 billion, right? There's much more opportunities outside, and like the tools, for instance, CowTransfer, we already know the people outside China can use it, and also they want to use it. The only thing is we don't really support them well. If we support them well, I mean, it will grow because people need to communicate with different people. So people outside China, they need to send something or talk to someone in China. But right now, since we have firewall, right, and it's not always works, and I say I want to build CowTransfer as a bridge to link the digital creative digital assets between China and the rest of the world. That's basically the goal.
And just one more small question about, so you're also trying to expand outside of China. What are the challenges exactly you're facing at the moment? Is it not enough money, not enough expertise, not enough trust from the counterparts?
It's more still the security. It's always security because we want the user not from includes people from China and also outside of China. I want them to use CowTransfer to deliver their important assets. But the trust, the security, that's the priority for us. If we don't solve that problem, no one will use it. That's why we spend a lot of money and efforts on the machine learning, on the content parts, because we know if the machine learning we put in there is good enough, the less problem we will get from the outside.
Well, that's very interesting and very promising future. And we wish the best of luck to CowTransfer and to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
That was a new episode in China Between Meetings with Chen Zhang, founder and CEO of CowTransfer. Please like, share, and comment, and see you next time.